Hi everyone, welcome to Crest. This is Sudakshana. Interviews are a huge opportunity to not only get a job but also to portray the right impression of you as a professional. Interviews not only give you an opportunity to showcase your knowledge and skills during that half an hour or 1 hour of interaction that you have with the interview panel, but it is also about an opportunity of a healthy interaction with other professionals and get different perspectives. In this video, I'm going to talk about a wonderful opportunity that exists during the interview discussion. Often, towards the end of the interview, after you have answered the questions that the panel has or the panel had asked, the panel often gives an opportunity to ask you some questions to the panel, which could be on the top of your mind or something related to the organization or to the role, etc. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to make a positive impression. In fact, in my experience of interviewing thousands of people being an HR professional, I've often seen that even if a person has not fared extremely well during the question answer session, the interview game just changes when we give an opportunity to the candidate to ask questions to us, largely because of the kind of questions the candidate really asked us. It impressed us. And many times it has happened that we have shortlisted the candidate for the second round of interview only on the basis or largely on the basis of the questions that he asked us. That not only reflected about the homework that the candidate had done about our company, but also expressed his or her clarity of thought about why he or she was there for the interview. So, what are the questions that you should ask when the interview panel or your interviewer tells you the question? What do you want to? Do you want to ask anything? So, I have a list of about 5 questions that you may want to ask, or they are not really questions, but these are certain topics around which you can ask questions. First of all, when the interviewer or the interview panel gives you the opportunity to ask questions, clear all your doubts. It's best to clarify all your doubts right in the beginning. If you have doubts regarding the organization, regarding the role, the colleague, or anything about the organization, clear them in this while you ask them the question. And trust me, the interviewers would be quite keen to answer your question as long as they are not uncomfortable questions. So if you're asking them objective questions about the company, the role, or anything that's on your mind which is creating a doubt about your perception about the organization, clarify it. Second, ask details about the role. Often it is a good thing to ask that what are the immediate deliverables of the role? What kind of challenging assignments are awaited for the incumbent to take up as soon as the person takes up the role? What kind of interfaces with the stakeholders or other people which can happen as a part of the role? So you can ask as many questions, not too many though. You can ask important and objective questions related to the role. The third, release your fears. When you go for an interview to any organization, there are a lot of questions bombarding in your mind. There are also fears about the culture of the organization, the leadership of the organization, the accepted behaviors of the organization, which are not really reflected in a half an hour or 1 hour of interview discussion. But if you ask them pinpointed questions related to these, which do not make the interviewer uncomfortable, you can actually get a lot of information about it, which can release your fear. There is no harm in asking questions which are objective and which can help you make a decision either ways about the organization. What is the point in losing out this opportunity, going back and then thinking, oh my God, why didn't I ask this question? It would have helped me make a decision. Because remember, every decision that you take about a job, to join the job or to not join the job, ultimately reflects upon your career. So it's very important to make the right decision about the job. And one of the ways to assist yourself to do that is release your fear while you are in an interview and when the interviewer gives you an opportunity to ask questions. The fourth topic that I keep thinking, which is also very, very critical, and it is actually a wonderful opportunity, is the fact that when you can actually strike and build a relationship with the interviewer, or if it's one or many interviewers in the panel, by asking them good questions or asking them questions which are relevant, which also reflects that how you have done a homework about the company. It's an instant bond. If you know certain facts about the company but you want to know more about them, ask them now. It will give them a feeling that you're interested in the organization, and you have actually taken efforts to find out about the company. It's a good thing to do. Whether you make it to the role or not, you will always be on the interviewer's mind, but the sheer fact that you actually went and did your homework about the organization. It's another great way of another great set of questions you can ask is to ask about the future of the organization. So, what are the steps ahead? How does it look like? Where does the organization want to go in the next few years or months, whatever that you want to clarify? What are the future plans? What kind of businesses they want to get into? What kind of mode they are in, and so on and so forth. All these factors will help you make an objective decision about whether to join or not to join. That's one. And second, it will also give the interviewers an opportunity to evaluate you on many parameters. The A good way of concluding this round of the interview is to ask the steps ahead, because that will convey your interest in the job and your interest in the organization. While you may ask questions, don't make them too long. Don't start off with a laundry list of questions, and don't ask questions which are not relevant. Ask objective questions which are on top of your mind and which make sense. However, like you should ask a few questions, you should also avoid a lot of questions. Do not ask them questions which make them uncomfortable, or do not ask them questions about the weather or about the locality and about benefits, intangible benefits that the job has to offer. Stick to the point, ask them objective questions, and you will sail through the interview. So, for more on interview tips, do visit www.hrpress.com. Thank you.